What's going on, spread? Stu from Trial Talk. I've got a few tips for the beginners of the group, might even help those more experienced spreads, but we've got a Heatwave inbound. Well, it's hot today here in Nuneaton in Warwickshire, really hot, like a sauna in here, and we're due even hotter weather tomorrow, so we've got a Heatwave, and of course when we're skimming internally this can wreak havoc on our set times and suction and stuff like that. We can end up chasing the set. So again, just a couple tips for the newbies, might even help those that have been on the trial a long time, like I say. So you can see I've got a good sized wall on here, and also this one. First coat's gone on. This has been on at least 10-12 minutes. You can see it's still very workable and still quite supple. These walls are very old, very thirsty walls. So the first tip is your primer. Most of you know I use cement slurry mixture that's got PVA and SBR in there. You okay, Tom? Tom's just getting the water in for the next mix. It's a mixture of PVA, SBR with cement, and that's why these walls are grey, because it's got the cement slurry on there, and that's what's helping me to control the suction and the setting time on these old walls. But on top of that, I've also added some thistle bonding coat into the first mix, and that acts as a retarder and slows the mix down slightly. Just gives me a bit more play time so that I'm not chasing the mix and it's not pulling the moisture out of the mix. So that's what I do on the first coat. I add some bonding coat in, it's called a magic mix, as most of you will know. Put that in. There's also mesh in here, guys, as well. So all the walls have been meshed, as you can see. So obviously that's going to help a little bit with suction as well. But on the second pass, use the extra time, and that helps in heat waves no end. I'll be lost without that now, to be honest, with this weather. And that goes in the second coat. Some spreads will use that on the first coat and the second coat. I only use it on the second coat, and again I use the bonding coat on the first pass, and that gives me enough play time without the need to put extra time in the first mix. Just use it on the second mix, and I'll put about half a sachet in, which slows down that set time in situations like this where it's really hot, the high suction background, and there's risk of the moisture again being pulled out of your mix in this heat. So that's the second tip, is use some extra time. And of course then we've got the spats, which is the third tip. So big surface areas like this. I'm not here to tell you how to suck eggs again, these are just a few tips for the newbies. Big surface areas like this, once you've got it on, run over all your work with spats. Obviously that's closing in a bigger surface area in one pass rather than a little trowel, so that's going to speed things up for you. Less elbow grease needed to flatten your work off. So if you're not using spats, consider adding one to your arsenal, which is going to help no end. And we've got floor fans as well, that there to keep us cool more than anything else, isn't it, Tom? And when we're mixing up, we'll put these on aimed at the windows, and that will just extract all the dust out of our environment, so we're not breathing it in after we've mixed up. And of course they keep us cool as well in between sets when we're having a drink and a sandwich. Fire the fan on, keep us cool. Things that help you out in the heat wave when you're skimming. This is like the final stage of this set now, guys, second coat on. But you can see, I mean, how hot is it outside, Tom? Really hot. It's crazy hot, and it's hot in here. But I've managed to control this set again by using the extra time product. So if you come in a little bit closer, you can see but it's still supple and soft, and I'm using minimal water to trowel up. So even though it's red hot outside, using this process I managed to completely control suction. Another couple tips, I'll just turn this radio down. Turn the 80s power ballads down. If you're in the window area, it's particularly horrible if the sun's beaming in. The sun's facing the other way at the minute, but some jobs, as you know, you'll be inside the bay window and the sun will be beating down on your reveals, and that can cause shrinkage and cracking. So a workaround, if you get yourself a rubble bag, just a normal black rubble bag, split it open and just tape it to the glass. Make sure obviously they're the black ones and not the transparent ones. The black rubble bags will just hold the sun off enough to stop it cracking out your reveals. But if you use that same process to slow the set down, with the bonding coat in the first mix and the extra time in your second coat, using your spatulas to flatten off faster, and obviously we've got the floor fan again, make sure you stay hydrated as well. You can see I'm absolutely sweating, but the walls are, the walls aren't pulling in too fast. So I hope this video has been helpful. If you've not already subscribed to Trail Talk Community, there's a link in the description, and you can come and join our community group. We've got 7,000 spreads on here at the moment. We all join together and help each other with tips like this. So hit the link and you can come and join.